What's up? This is HDNEWS Tech here. So I'm here. The AC's back on. It's working correctly. I got. Um, I'm having to clean a little bit, but we got the AC fixed, and things are doing a little better. They're not quite ready yet, but at least good enough. But still got stitches in them that'll dissolve still. So yeah, my dad's got his tools over there, over there on the table in the kitchen. So there's you know some work to be done probably. So yeah, it's been working for the last 2 days, and it was very hot in here. It was like right literally hot, and I got one of my shirts off from my town, and it's pretty nice. I ate lunch, so I don't know what to say. Like, I had to wash some clothes and then get ready. And luckily, I'm off today. I come in tomorrow and whatever else. And yeah, I usually use my Ryzen data for like uploading and like watching YouTube anywhere. Because some Wi-Fi locations, like where I work, is not the best, and it was so difficult, and I have unlimited data, and I don't have to, it's on my parents' name. I don't have to worry about going over 10 gigabytes like it was before. And there's a chance they could slow me down, but not as much. I don't really notice it that much. It's still like 50, 80 megabytes a second, or 40, 50 megabytes a second. Uploading, I use a lot of time, most of the time I upload with the phone rather than the Mac, because it's on the network that is slower, but it's New Wave, and that's actually not actually New Wave. It's actually still New Wave, but it's actually some other one that there's like a kit I think online where you can self-activate a modem. Just get one of theirs and just able to do it. So they got like a tutorial how to activate some modems without having to have a technician come out, because they can't afford to get this virus. So far, my office for New Wave is so closed. So I usually go there and pay it a couple years ago, but then they were bought out by Cable One. And the fastest speed, I believe, is 1,000 megs, which is plenty for this location. But I don't have a lot of consoles that can handle that speed. I got maybe one computer that'll handle, and that's the iMac, and it's not as fast as it used to be, but it's all right. You'll basically have to make do with it, and hopefully get over this issue with the money, and then getting some bills paid off. Of course, I don't know how much, but I literally yeah, I got bill in the mail for the doctor, I think yesterday. I think it might have been Saturday, and yeah, believe it or not, the whole AC, only the lower part, because my air conditioning and heating is actually a gas base, so it uses the gas, because you'll hear it pump gas in from the natural line, and then you'll hear it at night, and still it does it during the summer and winter, every time, and it still cools down in the summer, and that's how it works. So that whole tire motor had to be replaced as well, maybe working on part of the blower. I don't know what the shape was of it, but it wasn't working, so that eventually went out Saturday morning, about 3:30 in the morning, and that took maybe one day or two. By Monday evening, we had the AC back on. It took over 2 hours to get the air conditioning down under 80 Fahrenheit for the whole entire house. The monitor was still seeing 80, and it took a while to get below that. And what mine set at is once it gets beyond 77 degrees, it kicks on. If it gets below 78, it turns off and saves energy. And it's more efficient, and this house doesn't have a lot of amps for the circuit board for out there in the electrical box, I mean. But yeah, that was part of the big issue for the AC. It needed that part be replaced with someone nearby who could actually work on it and give it back to us ready to go, and it's still working to this day. So I don't know how long they'll last. I know that one was eventually going to go out. I mean, I was told never to lower it beyond a certain temp on the thing itself, because that when we got the house, it wasn't a digital reader for the temperature. Right? It was one of those old ones that was hard to use and just outdated, and now it's all digital controlled. So yeah, there is a attic above, and there is a hole. If we ever need to put the internet cable, go straight up and then run one of those antenna, where it sends the Wi-Fi far away. That is possible as well if we ever would do it, if people wanted it, of course. Of course, in order to do that for a cable subscriber, you gotta be able to get authorized from your cable internet provider before you do this. And New Wave puts that in their user agreement for their internet and packages, for like their TV and internet, basically, because they are fiber optic, and except when it comes in the house, it's cable, and that's just faster than 4G. And a lot of businesses are on that AT&T 4G. It's just completely slow. Like, I'll be waiting for medicine, and I only get like 30, 40 megabytes. Here, I got the 100 meg. There's a lot quicker, but my modem won't handle it. But 100 megs through here, it happens. I get the 80 megs a second through during certain times. And it's not one of those beefy routers, those modems, where it can output it wirelessly pretty good. It has trouble and has to be reset every now and then. That's part of the delay as well, but not really. But whenever the network goes down, we can't do nothing. We just gotta let it reset itself by unplugging and plugging back in. Not very often would we be out of service for our location for the internet. Maybe during a really bad storm and something gets broke, which last month or so, there was an outage for New Wave, and they eventually got it before I got up in the morning. It was working flawlessly the next morning, perfect, full speed. We barely had any kind of way to load it that night when we got that really severe thunderstorm, and it was a lot of wind, and it probably damaged some parts around wherever it's coming from, because it comes from Missouri. And they go all the way down to Texas up and for the company. So yeah, they're fiber optic, so it's high speed internet, and it's a lot quicker than a 4G, which I was looking into. I'm glad I never did it. You would spend, I think it's like a business, I think it's like $100. You only get 100 gigs, and after that, I think they throttle you. So yeah. If your business is struggling, you might want to switch to a different ISP if you can actually get it in your location, because it's worth it for New Wave. I never had trouble except for wired Wi-Fi, but wired, it always works perfect for internet usage, and it's literally the fastest in my town, I think. I think there's Clearwave, but that's DSL. That's only 5 megabytes a second. And I think there's a little place over that way towards Walmart, going between McDonald's and there's some kind of eye doctor place, and it's got free internet. If you walk over there, you'll be able to pick it up and you can access it. It's unlocked. It doesn't have any kind of security on it. And when I first got here, I moved in without Wi-Fi or internet. That's what I did. I went over there and got internet, because I didn't have unlimited data. Probably not, but I probably did, but I didn't want to, I wanted basically Wi-Fi for the, for the thing, to use. And I was trying to get, networks around here, and I just couldn't. So there's a lot of networks, but I don't have really good Wi-Fi antennas actually picking them up. There's quite a bit probably in this location, and there might be a couple that are unprotected, and you know, not every place has fast internet, and I learned that over the trips of going across the nation. Vacation, every so often, But if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe and comment, like, below, because it'll really help as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you.